So for the solutions to this challenge, we have just requested to upload an asset. So we're going to continue because we need to upload a few more assets to create this game. So the alien red. So I'm going to go ahead and here you'll see that you've got upload file. So you can just let it go like this and hit send. It's going to process this file. We're going to do the same for the other one, which is the yellow alien. Let's save that. Okay, and last we have the player, the asset for the player. Okay, it's going to tell us that it was uploaded successfully. Next, it wants instructions as to what to do with these assets. So either manipulate these images or do analysis. Actually, what we want is to build a game. So we're going to do that. We're going to take the instructions here that we have written, and we're going to ask ChatGPT along with Code Interpreter to generate the source code in order to create this game. Let's hit. Okay, so that's going to create a canvas in HTML5 and also write the code in JavaScript. And in order to run this code and to play this game, we're going to use Sandbox, codesandbox.io. So you need to sign in to use this online code editor. I'm going to sign in with Google. Here we go. And from here, we're going to do create and select the language that we would like, which will be vanilla JavaScript. Here we go. So we've got our project, which is created. So what we're going to do is to use this HTML to add the code to create the canvas. And we're going to create a JavaScript file. And actually, I'm going to take this one and drag it. Here we go. Yeah, that's going to be here. So that's going to be at the root of the project. And next, let's go back to ChatGPT and find the instruction as to how to create this game. So first we have the JavaScript. Okay, so we're going to copy that. Now, actually, for a production-ready game, you need to add more features and handle things like image preloading, etc. But for now, that's going to be enough for us to get started. So let's copy this and create the canvas by using JavaScript code. So we're going to go here and paste it here. Next, what we'd like is to ask ChatGPT to create the HTML file in order to create the interface of this game. So let's go back here and ask, create the HTML. Okay, and before that, let's just read the instructions because this is also telling us that, of course, you're going to need to update the path to the assets. Let's go check this one out and break this down, actually. Okay, so we've got here the list of images. So they are provided with an array. And this is making iterations in order to initialize the aliens. Then we're going to create a game loop to create the canvas. And we have the details of the canvas all the way to the top. So that's going to create a canvas from an element with an ID canvas. And we're going to create the HTML documents next. And after that, it's going to create and instantiate the game variables. So first the player, the aliens, and it's going to specify also the speed. And I think that it does the same also for the aliens. And then we're going to have the logic for the game over. So when here the lives of the player is at 0. And if we don't have any aliens left as well, it's going to be game over. So we're going to have an alert. And if there is no aliens as well, it's going to be you win. And we're going to add also the controls in order to be able to move the space shift left and right. Here we go. So next we're going to ask create an HTML page to use this code. Okay, so this is giving us everything, like the HTML, including the JavaScript right inside the HTML. And notice as well that for the body, so you have the script first. Let's go back, but you should have an element with the ID canvas so it can draw and create the canvas inside the HTML. So we're going to wait for it to finish. So the HTML page creates a canvas with the dimensions inside that we have described. that we have provided to display the game. And let's go check this one out because I don't think that I see actually this element with, it's actually not visible. So I'm going to copy it and go here and add this to the HTML. I'm going to save this first, go to HTML right here, and we're going to need to also provide with a few extra information. So for the HTML, we're going to need to, of course, create an element. I'm going to create a div like this and add the ID, which will be canvas. This is to create the canvas. And what we're missing also is the assets. So let's add them. So just like we did for ChatGPT, I'm going to add all these assets right here so they are actually accessible. So we can connect the assets to the game. And I think that should be fun. So let's try it. I don't think that there is any problem. So I'm going to refresh, run again, so we can see. Okay, so we can see the score, the number of lives. So let's take this URL, this link, and try to play it actually from the browser. Okay, so it is loading. Okay, so let's try that. We can move it. And can we actually shoot them? Nope. I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and ask, update the code. And it's possible that we don't have the logic for the shooting. Update the code to add shooting. The player can shoot the alien by pressing the space bar. And after that, yeah, let's see. So it's going to add the shooting functionality, which wasn't actually included. Game setting, let's see. Game variables, okay. So this is outputting the exact same. Okay, so right here. So that's going to draw the bullets in white. Okay, interesting. And when there is a collision between the bullet and the alien, so that's going to eliminate the aliens off the screen. So I think that it is good game loop. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is still generating the rest of the code, keyboard controls. And finally, we start the game. And right below, we have a description of the new code which is generated, which is an updated version of the game. The player can now shoot bullets by pressing the spacebar. So the bullets move upwards from the player's position to hit the aliens. And then the score, as a result, will be incremented by 1. So this is exactly what we need. Okay, so let's copy the updated code and go back to the sandbox. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go actually, because it is providing me with, I'm going to add this right from line 20 to line here 135. Okay, so let's paste this. Okay, and that should run. So let's go back here to the browser to try it. Okay, okay, so now we can shoot. Okay, excellent. We can shoot them. So normally we should see also the aliens as we had requested to move down. And normally it is as soon as the aliens touch the bottom that the game stops. So here is a completed version of the game. So you can always ask ChatGPT for extra functionality to add. So this is really a basic version of this game example. So let's go to the browser to try it out. We're going to be able to shoot the aliens. And they're starting also to move down the screen. And this is as soon as they reach the bottom. It's very difficult to actually follow them and hit them. So we need to shoot them all off the space before they reach the bottom. So in the case they touch the ground, I mean the bottom, before you can actually eliminate them all, it's going to be game over. So let's try to win this. And you can see also the score incrementing every time that we hit an alien. Let's wait. And to add some difficulty, you can also, I'm going to show you, you can also increase the speed of the aliens. I'm going to show you that in a code. And we just have one left. I'm going to try to get. Here you go. Now you win. Excellent. So let me take you to the code. Here you can increase the speed. Here, in order to add some challenge and difficulty, you can increase the speed of the aliens, for example. And you can always ask ChatGPT and Code Interpreter to add a functionality and generate the code again and integrate the updated version, the extra functionality, and add it to your code. So congratulations for completing this challenge with Code Interpreter to build a game. So Code Interpreter is very useful for all types of tasks, for data analysis, visualizations, to execute code in Python, to process files and assets with multiple types of extensions. It can produce documents and create presentations. You can download and upload assets. So it's like having a powerful chatbot assistant and a computer powered by artificial intelligence.